All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 4, Episode 4. All right, we have a golden Polnareff with a bow and arrow.
That's right. And
a stand unlocking bow and arrow.
Indeed. And he's shot Koichi.
Yes, Koichi, no.
But Koichi, since he's a good boy, he might not necessarily develop a stand, but he probably will, hopefully, because he hopefully won't die.
Yes, I think that eventually he will develop a stand.
Right.
But this will be a good way for us to see how it works.
Yeah.
Because it'll be someone from the good guy's perspective here.
And they'll probably use that for the whole rest of the part as, you know, one of the main plot hooks. So
totally. And I think this new guy with the baseball marks on his face and stuff is going to end up being kind of the new Kakyoin, or the new kind of, you know, other Jobro of the group that gets brought in after they fight him.
Yeah, with his right hand.
Yes, his extremely powerful destroying or relocating space stand ability. Like, he doesn't even know if the space is destroyed or if it just goes somewhere else. Yeah. It's like a perfect example of probably what, like, all the stands being used in this town is just screwing with the town and just making it weird.
One might say it's going to turn into quite a crazy, bizarre town.
Crazy, noisy, bizarre.
Crazy, noisy, bizarre town.
Yes, but very true. So we've got a stand battle on our hands here. We have a potential stand being unlocked. And, and Koichi is also bleeding out. Like, he's like, dying.
I feel like in this situation, Josuke could really use help from Jotaro. Like, Jotaro doesn't have to show up.
Thankfully, Jotaro is not here.
Right. Yeah.
Because I think actually it's cool that we see Josuke
handle
alone
by himself,
so he can be creative and stuff.
Right, because we've already seen Jotaro solve plenty of problems in the past. So yeah.
So yeah, guys, part 4. It's crazy.
Yep.
Without further ado, let's get into it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
この世に何かあったらやばいだろう。近所のおばさんに見られたり折れたりしたら大変だ。几帳面な性格でね。ちゃんと矢を抜いてきちっとしまっておき。
I think it just means that he would have to kill the old lady if she saw it.
Right, because he's not a monster.
Yes. Oh. Oh, here we go. Oh!
Whoa!
Oh! Did he just kill his brother?
Maybe.
Bunch of
those
little,
are very small,
little wound holes. Almost seemed like they were like little machine guns, actually.
Right, but like the holes are way too small. Like,
yeah, way too small for sure.
Maybe they're actually like BBs.
Yeah, I would think if anything, they're more like little darts, you know.
Right, that's what I originally thought, but I didn't see any darts.
Yeah, they had like a little flash, you know.
Oh, really?
That's why I thought it was potentially like machine guns or something. There it is, the Koichi pose and see this guy's in it, so he's got to be, you know, he's got to be a bro, you know, a
Joe bro. And he formed a heart with his stand.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And then we got these people too, yeah.
Yada yada does it.
Crazy, noisy, bizarre town. Nice. The Nishimura Brothers, Part 2.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Bad company.
Ah.
Oh my gosh.
That is definitely true.
Oh. Josuke's gonna heal him. Josuke's gonna heal the younger brother, yeah. Whoa. It's like muzzle flares, basically. Oh! Dang, that was legit. He reformed the wall.
Yeah.
Like, as he went through. Oh, that's so awesome.
And
defies the will of the arrow, though.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm busy dying.
Like their hair both has the little grooves on the top of it. I have to heal you then. Oh my gosh. Okay, yes. His name is basically okay, yes.
Yeah. He's like, Nani, he healed me even when I said I wouldn't help him.
Yeah. Bad company. Oh. Is the brother a vampire? Potentially?
I don't think so.
He's staying inside, and he's like, oh, you entered my house, you know?
Oh.
There's some of the rules about, you know...
Okay.
Oh, no, that's about vampires entering other people's houses. I love his slang. Why would ya to save a guy like me? It's just the right thing to do. There's nothing special about it, buddy.
Well, now Jotaro would wreck this stand, though, because he could just stop time as it's firing and then trace, like, go back and be like, okay, all right, here's where it is. Bam!
I like the idea of it being a stealthy stand, though.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's proper utilization of the environment and stuff,
it's
right?
It's almost a sniper. It's not quite, but it's almost.
You idiot!
Wait, is he gonna offer to be a meat shield? He's like, you can always heal me, but you can't heal yourself.
His hand ability should be really good at blocking the attacks, you know, from Bad Company.
Sure,
and just destroy the space as it comes through, and they just get
deflected.
Deflected, yeah. Oh, yeah. There it is.
True.
He's not gonna go outside. This guy's too dumb for that. So this might be the new Polnareff.
Yeah, he does seem a bit more like a Polnareff.
Yeah, Kakyoin is pretty intelligent.
Mm-hmm. And he hasn't bled out yet.
Well, the wound is up, so gravity isn't a complete and total enemy yet. What the heck?
Get out of the way! Yep.
Oh. I listen to my heart.
Yes. I listen to my kokoro.
Proceeds to help him for the rest of the part, probably.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be something where his brother's like, how dare you help him a bit, and then he attacks him, and then it's like, okay, well.
Right. Okay, so where's the brother then? He just let him heal him.
I cannot believe that's Yukikaji.
Right? Right?
What you should really do is just smash a wall and then throw Koichi outside. Oh, that is awesome.
Bad Company.
That is
a
awesome.
company of soldiers.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I love it. He has a bunch of army men that
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That is amazing. Ever.
This is so amazing.
Wonderful. And they're just setting up like, all right, man, get in position. All right, volley now.
No, but that's the joke, is that there's a lot of them.
Right.
Yeah.
I love this so much. Like this is straight up like Toy Story stuff. Yep.
Ow!
Yes! Yes!
They're like setting up into volley position.
Yeah, the thing is that makes them more vulnerable because then they're all in one place.
Right.
So the younger brother has no order and discipline.
Right.
Does terribly. He has no power but all the discipline.
Yes. Yeah, it's pretty average. It's just like a you know, an average stand.
Oh,
you know?
but I love this so much.
This is hilarious.
Hilarious. Wow.
Helicopters?
Yes.
Helicopters?
Yes.
What?
This is amazing. This is so great.
Apache helicopters.
Yeah.
And tanks. Of course he has tanks. He saw it.
Oh.
Koichi saw it.
Oh, that's a very good point. This is a mech battle basically right now.
Yes. I've been. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, our bully's gonna get a stand.
Okay. I love this stand so much.
It's great. Oh. Whoa. Whoa.
Are you
really
sure
good
about
aim.
that?
Ah, look at that pose.
Pose, yeah.
Pose. Ah, my chest swells with pride. Indeed.
Wow, this is amazing.
You exposed yourself just to explain that.
He exposed himself to exposit.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, he's rolling the dice on trying to get a specific
Right.
ability. Oh, okay. Great. Gotcha. All right.
I must protect my internet browser history.
This is awesome. We've never had someone like have to learn how stands, you know, work and stuff. Green Beret! Oh! An egg!
All right.
Oh my god, what is
It's not
it?
really a stand, it's more like a roll. But it would be great against them. You just roll it. Just bowling ball. Kill like 20 of the
kick it.
soldiers. Maybe it's actually like...
This is a reference to the meme thing with the Kakyoin. Kakyoin, did you lay this egg in?
No, it's actually like a dinosaur egg or something, or a dragon. And, and it's gonna hatch.
Yeah, it's gonna hatch. Oh! I just punch bullets. I'm so excited to find out like what it hatches. Yeah, okay, okay.
そしてそこでその髪型とともに脳みそをまき散らすと予告しよう。順番にやると言ったらやる。これが予告だ。
隙だらけだ。
He's gonna throw his egg.
一回だけ出すんだ。勇気を
Be brave, Koichi! Yes! Do this!
そう言えるぞ。
お前のスタンド今日のところ殺さないでいてやる。
Oh. Rip Koichi, oh my god.
Charge? Why would they charge? Yeah, just fire.
Just like Moses parted the Red Sea! What? Ah!
Oh no, a landmine!
足にダメージ、そしてアパッチ、ミサイル。
This is amazing. What?
I love this so much.
What is going on?
Wonderful. Ooh.
Crap. So who's gonna save him? Koichi or okay, yes.
This is better than a sniper.
This is hilarious, yes.
This is absolutely wonderful. Is he gonna smash the floor under him and then repair it?
見逃してほしいとでも言うのか。
俺の作戦はよ、すでに終了したんだよ。
Oh, nice! So can you be hurt by your own stand?
So which attack was faster, basically? Because the stand would disappear the minute he died, right?
Right.
Oh! Real meticulously.
Wow, it's like he's talking to the audience too. Like
that was amazing. Oh my gosh. Okay,
wow.
so the ED starts with the arrow thing.
Right. Which apparently was also at the very beginning of the opening in part 3.
Yeah, people in the Discord showed us that. I was like, what? What? Facing crystal mind and magenta feelings take up each other in the base of my spine. See the chicken cherry cola. Try to explain, I just hold on tight. It happens again and I move so slightly. Drums in the lips and the face of the human cannibal. Nothing to I want to extend a little bit closer. Then get a bit higher. You'll never know what hit you and I get to you. I want you, I don't know if I need you, but oh, I die to find out. Oh, I want you, I don't know if I need you, but oh, I would die to find out. Okay. That was an amazing, creative, hilarious.
My favorite stand.
Okay.
So far.
No, come on. That can't be your favorite stand.
No, yeah, it is my favorite stand. It's so perfect. It's so wonderful. And the Apache helicopters and the tanks and the Green Berets with the knife and the landmines and like the parachuting down.
This is like Michael Bay's stand, you know? Michael Bay's just like, ugh, yes, my military hard-on is so strong that I developed a stand.
I love it so much. It's so great. It's so great. And the thing is that it's done so seriously. That's the best part. Mm-hmm. Because it's like, no,
of course,
these guys are badass.
Every stand is treated seriously.
Oh, right, but
I understand that this is I understand that this is a creative stand and it's very fun. But I'm sorry, it's not my favorite stand.
Oh, this is my favorite.
This stand is just a very, very fun stand to have separate from all the other ones and to just be like completely different, and that's really cool. I
would watch an entire cour of like slice of life, basically goings on of Bad Company as they're trying to do all these things. They're like, the mission, man, is to, like straight up Toy Story stuff. It's like we need to retrieve the milk and then take it back to, the second floor, for extraction. All right, let's go. All right, scale the fridge. Johnson, get on that handle. I'm on it, sir. Fridge is open, door is ajar. All right, move in.
I love it. It's great. It's fantastic. I am glad that it is not attached to a character that we're going to be spending a lot of time with.
That would be the best if they attached to a character we were spending a lot of time with. That it would be like the new Hermit Purple, but like in the best way. Like, where it's like the person trying.
Appreciate it.
Like the person, like imagine if this stand was like a continuing thing, and the person's trying to like set up things to use it, but the thing is like it doesn't work with any other stands in any kind of fight. Like
right.
This has to be so particular. Like it's essentially useless, but it's cool, is the thing.
Right. That's my point. I think it's a very fun, unique stand that is basically useless. Like in terms of an inferiority complex, I now understand why this guy was so pissed that his brother, I'm gonna just call him okay, yes, that basically got the most busted stand out there, and he's so stupid he doesn't even know how to use it properly.
And then he's like, no, you must have discipline and order. That's you need to be tactical with these kinds of things.
Right, and of
he's
course,
like, men, move out.
Yes, I thought that whole thing was genius. He was a very clever guy in order to figure out a way to deal with Josuke. Man. But here's the crazy thing. Like, we have some huge world building things to talk about now. Huge world building things to talk about. Koichi's stand is an egg. That is not what it's going to end up being.
Right, well, we know, because it is an egg. It started to crack. I'm glad that I called that. So it's probably either a dragon or a dinosaur. Like, it's probably one of those two. And
I think that it doesn't matter what it is.
Right.
This is actually the thing that's the most interesting, is that his stand is going to evolve.
Right, exactly. Like, it's a Pokemon.
Y'all. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. It's basically, that his stand... Koichi doesn't know anything. Right. Koichi is going to have to learn stand stuff, which means they brought in a story reason for us to learn about how stands work. Well, this is genius how simple it is. It just,
But also the fact that it's an egg. That means stands can change. And we've kind of already seen that.
We already kind of knew that.
Well, kind of, but not really. And here's my reasoning behind it is that Star Platinum figuring out how to stop time. That's developing a new ability. So that is like changing slightly. Like that could be, a latent power that was always there and you just need practice or whatever.
Like he was always stopping time, but it wasn't really that.
Right. Or he just never figured to try to stop time because he didn't know that was something that was possible. Or Dio practicing to get better and be able to stop time longer, right? And not that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure has ever been all that internally consistent, but the point is that it started as an egg, it's going to hatch, and then the stand could also grow up. Now, granted, Koichi is not at the 17 years old, 195 centimeters, and all that yet. So it's a nice parallel of him growing up as well.
That's the thing. It's a story reason to develop his character alongside his stand. Right. He will grow into this. He will grow into being the Joe Bro that he was always meant to be. And I think that's going to be a perfect kind of concurrent storyline to go along with whatever is going with Josuke and Jotaro.
Which will be a great thing to add in. I feel like this is another thing that Rocky is adding in there because he's basically like, okay, part 3 was a little bit repetitive. So we're still going to have a lot of repetition and repetitiveness in part 4, but we're going to change it up. We're going to have it be in the location and have all this stuff be happening so that there's more reason and method to the madness.
Right.
We're going to have there be maybe more mystery, but then also I'm going to throw in another character that we can watch really concretely grow.
Yes.
Along like over the course of the story, which is going to be fantastic. And also I love seeing baby Polnareff. So, the idea that we might be getting a baby stand, like, or at least like a young stand,
Sure.
I love that. I absolutely love that.
I don't think, though, the egg has really anything to do with the actual
thing inside.
The actual thing inside.
Really?
I think that the egg correlates to the visual storytelling of it being potential. That it is not. It is a dormant thing of potential that needs to incubate. It needs to grow. It needs to hatch. And in some ways the whole idea of it needing basically Koichi to grow alongside with it, I think is really cool.
Yeah,
because it would have
really
been
good.
too easy to have the stand pop out of the egg immediately.
And then it does some cool thing.
It does some cool thing that saves everything.
Saves the problem. Yeah,
Yep, they didn't do that.
And that because that would be cheating the bad company.
Yes,
Because
it would actually.
they have put in their time on their drills. Damn it! Like they know what they're doing. They're executing this out flawlessly. They
I love
maybe
how
lost
much you love
some
them.
men along the way. You know, Joe and Tom and Bill. You know, they got squashed, but they're okay. They're pressing on. They're moving forward. When you can't run, you walk. When you can't walk, you crawl. When you can't crawl, you get someone to give you a parachute and then a big fan. You know, you get in the Apache helicopter.
Okay. So seriousness, Jacob.
Seriousness for this episode?
Jacob, the stand arrow thing.
Yeah.
Like it worked.
Yep. And we thought it would. Like
we thought it would. But
but it actually did work.
It actually did work. And
Right.
this is the thing that's crazy. Why is he looking for a new ability? Like
Right.
why is he? Because Bad Company can't like take abilities. Like
Right.
Bad Company isn't something where he's like, oh yes, like this is just a ruse. I'm actually looking for a new stand or something like that.
No, I think it's that there's some issue that he's dealing with. So I think he's going to escape or be captured and get whatever. And then the arrow's going to continue being the thing that gives the stands for the episodic stuff, and that's going to be great. But
think about it. If he's done, they just have the bow and arrow. They gained
true.
a magic item.
Magic item.
And how are they going to? What are they going to do with it? Are they just going to be like, "Hey, Jotaro, here's this thing. Can you send this to the Speedwagon Foundation and analyze it or something?"
Well, here's what they need to do. They need to heal Mr. Bad Company stand user so that way, okay, Bad Company can just stick around
He
longer.
might be dead.
He might be dead. He could
Probably
definitely
while
be
the
dead.
missiles blowing up around.
Yeah,
coming to
went
kill
away.
Josuke went away.
Yeah, that could definitely be a thing. I just really would have liked to see Bad Company take the bow and arrow, like a line of ants, like all carrying like their prey, because it's the log carrying exercise, right? And then they all set up with like the tanks and everything, and they hook up the Apache helicopters to the bowstring, and then they draw it back. They could have done it all for him. He didn't need to actually do anything. They're small and weak, so they probably would have good range. And then they could just go on an expedition, set up like a giant ballista, and then just ready and fire. They could do that. They could have done that, and they didn't. And we will probably never get to see that now. And I'm sad.
There's like legitimately crazy world building stuff here, and you're still stuck on that stupid stand.
I absolutely am.
Like, think about it. They have a bow and arrow that can give people stands. This guy was on a mission to make other people have stands in a way that doesn't benefit him. That doesn't that concern you?
It probably would benefit him.
No, we have no direct connection as to why it
but
would.
He needed them for something. We don't know what it is, but we know there was something.
But
There's a mystery
does that
there.
question make you think is he under the orders of someone else,
Or he needs to defeat somebody that's a problem for him.
Yeah.
Like maybe the person, he's worried that his arm's gonna be the next one chopped off and used to hold a cup of coffee or whatever it was.
Sure. He's like, I need allies.
Right.
He might have been a good guy for all we know. And he's
company is strong, but it is not enough.
Right. Yeah. Maybe what it was he because this is the thing. This is the reason why I'm not really interested in Bad Company. I'm interested in the stand user, is because the stand user might be dead. Now, here's the thing. If he's dead, they can't ask him questions about the stand arrow and bow, things like that.
And no more Bad Company.
If he's dead, they are at a dead end here. They have this artifact, this item that defies all logic. Because I'm going to say this right here. There has been no stand at this point. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but there has been no stand that has, and I think I mentioned this previously, there's been no stand that's generated a physical item with its own qualities. There are no conjurer stands, as far as I know. I don't think that this bow was made by a stand.
Okay,
that's my point. Is that
I would say I could see it being made by a stand or being a stand itself.
We've talked about that.
Yeah,
it's not a stand. It's.
I mean, Iraqi and consistency, but
come on, like assume consistency at least.
Yeah, the sword exists.
Yes,
no, I've never seen something that makes other stands, but who's to say that wouldn't? Anyways.
Does the bow and arrow talk, Jacob? Does the bow and arrow have an aura around it? No, it doesn't.
Yeah, but who's to say the sword wouldn't?
The sword did. I'm saying that's what separates them.
So no, the sword talked, but that doesn't mean that all stands like that have to talk. That was his special thing of possessing it. Anyways, but the point is, besides that, we have a mystery here where we have the main baddie, probably the person at the beginning, and then maybe we'll be able to get a connection because of the younger brother. He'll be the plot tie-in, and that could maybe be why it takes so long, because he's kind of dumb, so he wouldn't actually know like how to like follow the trail.
Sure, the younger brother could know things about the bow and arrow,
but like not that much.
Yeah, ends up giving them something to go on. Yeah, that's a good point. And then they end up leading that, which takes them on a trail through a bunch of other stand users,
right?
And then that leads them back maybe to the original person that got pierced with the bow and arrow here. And that's a great point, though. Like think about it this way: why do you go about? See, this is the part that I think is really crazy. Is I think they're building up basically another really terrifying stand user. The idea that there was Jotaro's line a while back where he said, this could create a stand even
more powerful than the world. Yeah.
Right. And if you have all these, abilities and stuff, there's tons of different stand users and stuff. Like, what benefit do you have of rolling the dice essentially on, let's see if we can, get a nat 20 on some crazy ability or something?
Because he clearly likes to have an army.
No, I'm saying that he doesn't benefit by having tons of other stand users there. The only stand user that he was necessarily even controlling was his younger brother.
Yeah, but who's to say he couldn't do that with other people?
But he didn't. He didn't have anyone there. So
it could be that they got okay, sure.
I'm saying that there is a reason why he was doing this that doesn't seem to benefit him directly. If it does, it's a very indirect thing that they haven't revealed yet.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that we're not going to get that revealed because he's dead now.
Okay, here's a more concrete question.
Okay.
Do you think that they're going to still have the bow and arrow by the end of this little mini arc?
Oh, yes. Yes.
So then,
absolutely.
So then, do you think? Because what I was thinking is that the older brother would get away, and he would keep doing a thing, and then they'd be kind of chasing after him, and that's how they would get roped into everything else.
No, I think the older brother's done.
But if the older brother's right. Oh yeah, no, I know. I'm saying that's what I was thinking before that. But given that that's happened, and if he's dead, then there's no real reason for them to lose the bow and arrow unless some new party comes in and like steals it while they're like dealing with what's going on, and that could potentially happen. But if it and because the main thing I'm thinking is that the bow and arrow is going to be the reason why there will be all these stand of the week kind of people.
Yes, but it's already the reason why.
Right, and that's
been
what
doing
they
this
go
for 10 years.
Right. But the idea is that we haven't actually seen these people come to the surface. So
but they will eventually.
Right, but the thing is that then are they going to be coming to the surface because they're allied with some grander objective, or simply because Josuke and Jotaro are going around saying, okay, we need to stop this because it's the people that are most likely to have a stand, to get a stand from this, are people that are predisposed to evil, so we need to stop them, right?
Well, I think what it's going to be is we're going to find out why the bow was even being used in the first place. That is going to be the impetus thing beyond with Jotaro. Jotaro's connection here is he's going to be the information. He's got the connection back to Dio and all of this, right?
Right.
And this bow came from Enya, who came from Dio, who... this is all going to be tied, I think, to the thing of where something caused the bow to be taken from Egypt to here. Why here? I think this is some kind of experiment place. I think this is basically just a place that someone decided they're going to roll the dice on stands.
Sure.
And once they get a specific type of thing, either someone's going to come along and take it.
Right.
Or something.
So let's go through the list of possibilities. The person just wants to sow chaos. There's always that as a possibility,
absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
They're wanting to build an army. That's also a possibility.
Totally.
But the fact that, like, but what we've seen so far would
or they're building an army for someone else.
Or they're building army for someone else, right?
Yes.
Right. But an army is being built.
Yes.
Or there's someone that has the ability to take stands from other people.
Very possible,
and they're wanting to basically roll the dice so that they'll get someone that has a really good stand. And they've already brought up the idea of someone having a good stand but not knowing how to use it.
Yep.
So that way they can roll the dice, get something that's really good, and then take it from them, right?
Yep.
And then that way they can have a really good stand for, whatever reason.
Sure.
Or it's just they want more stands in the world, and that's, I guess, more on the chaos thing. But so that's really just like 3 options that I see.
Okay, here's some more options here. This is tied back to Dio, right?
Okay, that's a who, but
no, really.
What would it be doing differently?
What would it be doing differently? The bow is the backup plan. This is crazy, Jacob.
Okay,
this is crazy. What if basically the bow was a thing sent out away from this whole thing here, and it's basically we need someone that can bring Dio back. We need a stand that can bring back our master, our savior.
So, right. So that's right. That's the other option, is that there's a specific thing, and they mention that here, that where they're not necessarily where they have some specific objective they need done. So it's kind of like the army, but not quite. It's we're going to roll the dice until we can get that random lucky jackpot, and try and get them to do something for us.
Yeah.
Right. So it's kind of okay.
And especially if the stand user is new with their stand, all you need is someone like the bad company guy who's just competent enough with his stand to just hold them at gunpoint and say, hey, we do the thing.
This. Right. Or they have someone that can take away stands and then...
Or that, yeah.
And if that's the case, then that'd be terrifying, and I don't think they'll go there because... that would be crossing quite a threshold, but they could.
Right. And I think that in this episode, they pointed at primarily that they are looking for a stand power, not a stand user. So I don't think they care about an army. I don't think they care about...
sure, they could just be wanting some super soldier, whatever.
They just want a stand for X reason. Fill in the blank.
Yep.
And we're going to find out why, I think, eventually. It's probably going to take a little bit of a while because potentially this guy's being dead. Right. Why the bow and arrow thing exists, why it was brought here.
Sure, where it came from beyond just Egypt and...
Yeah. I think that a lot of that stuff could be left up to mystery because JoJo's, but I think that that's the thing that really intrigues me. That's the thing that's really interesting because it ties into the world of JoJo's.
Right, it's the big question in the air, and with the fact that we're this far into JoJo's, they can do that kind of stuff. Like they can develop a mythos essentially, even though that wasn't quite what they were going for at the beginning. It was like, crazy adventures and whatnot. Just the fact that it's been going this long. Yeah. And they have all this history with the Joestar family and everything. Yeah.
Right. And in some ways the JoJo's, like you said, mythos, if anything, is retroactively kind of added on slowly over time as they've built each part.
Exactly.
So like part 3 retroactively added some interesting things into the Joestar lineage and stuff.
Sure.
Introduced stands. Now part 4 seems to be doing a retroactive kind of thing with, wait, how did all those stands come about? Where did they come from?
Sure.
Well, there's this bow and arrow. Wait, what's the bow and arrow? Then that question gets answered over the course of the the upcoming stuff. And I just find that really, really interesting because if JoJo's is basically a thing where Araki was figuring out kind of what he wanted to do as time goes on, but as he goes through this and stuff, he gets better. He gets, better at writing and stuff. He
gets new ideas and
he tries to introduce actual like laws and canon and stuff like that to kind of his universe and stuff. Yeah, it might introduce some plot holes about past stuff.
Sure.
But if he's not worried about the past and he's just let's just keep moving forward, there's some cool new things that we can discover that it generally I don't tend to expect in JoJo's, right?
Right, because JoJo's is so wacky and nonsensical that actually putting some rhyme into the reason, because one of the things that's advantageous about how JoJo's does things, and it's something that I don't think is something we'd ever really see in another story to this degree, is that because of how wacky it is, we are accepting of pretty much whatever we see. Like even if there's something that introduces all sorts of plot holes,
right,
we don't worry about it, right? And then and we get so familiar about it that they can turn it into jokes with things like, you know, what I can't remember exactly what it was that Josuke said here, but he was talking about like, why are you talking to me about it or something? Oh yeah, you came out here just to say that, you know, like to tell me how your stand works.
You exposed yourself just to tell me how, you know, all that is or what have you. Yeah,
exactly.
It's pretty funny. It's when JoJo's become so self-aware that we can poke fun at JoJo's being JoJo's.
Right, and the thing is that it's able to be self-aware because first it was so whack that it was able to do all these things that we accept, and then become self-aware about all these weird things that it does. But,
yeah, they did that in the episode with OKS. I'm going to call him OKS. I just love OKS. Or okay, yes, you know, that he was just prattling on, monologuing into space with his pose, and Josuke just walks away and been doing that, and we knew it was going to happen based on the angle. And we're like, oh, he's going to turn around, and he's going to be gone.
Yep. Take
there he was.
With him. Yeah.
Talking is not a free action. Sorry, unless you're really, really cool. And okay, yes, you are not that cool.
And I will say though that okay, yes, his thing that he did with when they had to get Koichi, and it's like, okay, there's probably traps or something, and the bad company was probably like in there ready to shoot him, you know. He's like, instead of pulling the boy towards us, I pull the space. I remove the space. There you go.
Right.
Relativity. But yeah, that was great. That was a creative little thing that they had him do that shows that while he isn't very smart, he's not totally stupid.
No, he's not. I like he defined it as I follow my heart instead of my mind, basically.
And Josuke, you have a heart on your design, so
yes,
I follow you. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, and then his whole thing in the OP.
He makes a heart with his stand.
He makes a heart with the stand in him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Good catch. Yeah. So Koichi has a stand. Mm-hmm. It's an egg.
I'm telling you,
for now,
some kind of dragon dinosaur monster thing. Like, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be Godzilla.
I love the idea of his stand being huge. But
it's not going to start out.
It's not going to start out that way. If anything, I would love that his stand would start off huge, but it would potentially grow very big, like that.
Dracarys, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think it's going to be a dragon.
They could. They just did miniature U.S. Army military soldiers. like
there was no actual U.S.
No, I know, but with like the Apache helicopters in green berets.
Yeah, I know.
That's U.S. military.
Yeah, I got you. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but
they just didn't have any, U.S. flags.
No, I know, but it's U.S. military. It's just amazing.
Yeah, that was really funny. I love that. I somewhat was on the right track with the whole machine guns thing. Right. I saw the muzzle flare, and I'm like, those guns.
But it's like, the bullets are way too. The bullets are way too small. Yeah.
So what I was thinking was that he was basically person who had stored something in like a pocket dimension or whatever.
And
then he was releasing it all really quickly.
Gates' Babylon style or something.
and he basically just kept like little bullets or something in there.
Right. But then
I don't know.
The funny thing is I was thinking it was some sort of like trap where he had set up something to like automatically do that. But then I'm like, no, the bullets are too precise. Like, like they're like in formation, just
Yeah, the whole thing of him seeing just one of the soldiers and be like, I found this little bastard. I'm not scared of this stand at all.
That was great.
It was
awesome.
It was pretty funny. Other than that, Jotaro getting info about this bow and arrow thing is of the utmost importance. I want them to send this to Jotaro, and Jotaro to be like, this is too big for me. Yeah, I'm sending this to the Speedwagon Foundation.
Yep.
And then over the course of like a few episodes or something like that, they get back data over the phone, saying like, this is really interesting find, because I'm just saying, y'all, this is not a stand. When a fantasy, JoJo's is a fantasy. Let's clear that up right
absolutely.
Here. It's a fantasy world. Whenever you introduce an item that creates magic, basically.
It breaks the laws of entropy.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That means that someone made the thing that makes the system that right.
It's going back to the genesis of this.
Yes,
and beyond just part 3. Yeah.
Right. Which is basically them saying, be ready, because eventually we're going to have basically the equivalent of stand pillar men.
Well, right, and that's the formula, you know, vampires and then pillar men.
Well, right,
stand users and then arrows.
Well, it was. But think about it. It was the mask. The mask made the vampires.
Right.
This bow and arrow is just another mask.
Right. Exactly. Yep. I would love to have another Awaken My Masters, but in fact, we'll need to get another layer of indirection in order to get to there.
I know.
Because this is just a mask, so we need to get to the place that makes the mask.
Exactly. Thank you. That's why I'm so excited.
So it actually is the gates of Babylon. This is just something that Gilgamesh dropped on the world. He's like, oh yes, this is one of the things from my my prized collection.
I just can't wait for your theory crafting genius mind to actually want to dig into this, because
now I'm satisfied with Bad Company.
I guess so.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, this has been an amazing episode reaction discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction discussion right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us about stories and just whatever. And Jacob's going to promote something here real quick.
Indeed. So my sci-fi novel Battle Lines is available for pre-order. Link in a pinned comment down below to the Kickstarter where you can get your copy. Yeah, that's all I'll say. But I love Bad Company, and just get it. It's a great story. Not that it's any similar Bad Company or anything like that, but it's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Go read it.
So maybe that interests you. We'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.